Guys, do watch this video till the end because at the end of this video, I'm going to give you a tip that you should remember for the rest of your life on this English speaking journey. So now let's get started with the video. I want to learn British accent. I want to learn American accent. Ma'am, how do we pronounce this word in American? Ma'am, how do we pronounce this word in British accent? If you're an Indian and if you stay in India and you have no plans of going out ever except for travel and tourism, then why do you really want to learn British accent and American accent and spend so much of time and energy on those things? Instead, just learn the new words and try to pronounce them in the correct accent. Could be a neutral Indian accent. In today's video, I'm going to give you some tips that you can follow every single day to improve your spoken English, to improve your English communication. So without wasting time, let's get started. The first one is discipline. To learn any skill, be it swimming, cycling, driving, or learning a foreign language, the first most important thing is to lay one brick at a time. You must practice speaking in English every single day. Now, I really do not know what environment you are in, whether or not you have an English speaking environment around you. But even if you do not have, you have to somehow find a way to speak in English, and there are multiple ways in which you can do that. The number one is find a speaking partner, which is told by a lot of people, but very few of us actually put efforts in that direction. So it could be your best friend or it could be your brother or sister at home who knows a little bit English just like you do, and make it a point that you both talk to each other every day in English. Especially if it is a family member, then that's an added advantage because you talk to your family member throughout the day and hence you will be habituated to speaking in English throughout the day. Another way could be finding those applications that have been launched recently where you can talk to some native speakers or some Indian teachers also for free, and some of them do charge, but then those charges are not a lot. So try to research about what applications and websites give you this feature of talking to somebody every day. Because if you talk to someone in English every single day of your life for quite a long period of time, say 2 or 3 months, after that period, you will feel confident about speaking in English with somebody else also. On the other hand, you are in a state where you're just reading a lot of English and listening to a lot of English but aren't actually practicing, then that's not going to help you to improve your spoken English confidence. The next one is, you guys focus a lot on what is a football called in Britain and what is it called in America. I mean, does that really make a difference in your life? Not really, right? So you know that a football is called a football in India, then better get moving. Why do you really want to invest time in knowing the English and British and American versions of it? So even me, I've never really searched for British or American accents or British or American ways of saying things. Although I put such posts on my Instagram page because there are some followers and there are some friends of mine who want to read these kind of posts and they are interested in it. So for that category of my audience, I do put such posts, but personally I really do not recommend going into the depth of British and American accents unless you want to settle abroad or you want to appear for some exams like TOEFL or some other exams and you want to go and study abroad, and hence it's imperative for you to know the British and American versions. Other than that, don't focus on that. The next one is reading a lot. And by reading, I don't mean read once in a while or once when your mood is good and okay, let's take a book in hand and read 2 or 3 pages and then leave it. No, make reading a everyday habit. So dedicate at least some time of your day, depending upon your schedule, to reading. It could be any type of reading. Don't really go into the depths of, oh, I should read this kind of a book or I should read these kinds of articles to get better at English. Not really, it could be anything that you can get your hand at and just start reading. The other one is, when you come across difficult words while reading, don't always go to a dictionary and search for those words because that will waste your time and I'm sure that you will not remember all the words that you searched for. On the other hand, if you just develop the habit of quick reading and scanning the articles that you read, and in the future also you will come across the same words, right? So automatically those new words will become a part of your spoken English in the future, right? Because a lot of words that we speak every day, do you really remember that we had actually sat down in school and learned the meanings of these words and then applied it in our language? Not really, right? So we started reading a lot, and then those words automatically were captured by our brain, and then we started using them when we spoke a lot. So while you're reading, don't focus a lot on the new words. Just scan through and understand the meaning of that word in the context of that article. Now sometimes if the word is really difficult, of course you can go to the dictionary and look for it, but otherwise not recommended. If you search for a particular word from a dictionary which is new to you, I would really recommend you to also click on the sound button in your dictionary and check out the pronunciation of the new word, so that the first time you learn the new word, you learn its correct pronunciation also. The next important thing to keep in mind while you're reading every day is to read aloud. The reason being, when you read in your mind, you do not know how you're pronouncing particular words. On the other hand, if you're reading something aloud, you know how you're pronouncing, and you will end up reading in a particular way rather than reading too quickly or too slow. So the problem of intonation, stress, that is which are the words where you should ideally stress in a sentence, and which are the phrases where you should go up in your pitch, when you should go down in your pitch, all of these will become better when you read aloud. They'll not happen if you read in your mind. So develop the practice of reading aloud every day. So try to find a place where there is nobody around you and read aloud. And when you come across certain words which you're not able to pronounce correctly, immediately go to a dictionary or go to Google and search for its Indian pronunciation, or if you're a fan of British and American English, then search for those particular pronunciations. Also, a tip on British and American English: try to stick to one language, either British or American, if you are a fan of it. I'm a fan of Indian English pronunciations, and hence I really don't care about both of them. But if you want to really develop British or American, then choose one and stick to that and learn all the words and vocabularies in that particular nationality and pronunciations in that particular country, because that will help you in the long run. The next one that a lot of people say is watch a lot of TV shows in English or news in English, and that is something that even I would recommend doing, because when you listen to a lot of English, you somehow grab certain things in it, be it consciously or subconsciously. Secondly, do try to keep the subtitles on if you're not sure of the way in which they're speaking. But if you think that you can keep track of what is happening in that particular movie or TV series, then turn off the captions and then try to understand the entire web series. If you get stuck somewhere, we obviously can always pause Netflix and Amazon Prime, right? So pause it, check out the subtitles and just check what were the words they used. Sometimes you can go to the dictionary and find out the meanings and so on. The next important tip that you can follow to improve your English is to think in English. Now this is also a common tip that is given by a lot of teachers, but this is really something that even I would recommend, because we generally try to think in our own language or in our own mother tongue, right? But if we keep telling ourselves that no, I have to speak to myself in English, then it will dramatically improve your English over a period of time. The reason being, we talk the most with our own selves, and if we are talking to ourselves in English every single time, then there are going to be times when we will be stuck with sentences, and then we'll try to complete those sentences in our own mind, right? So this practice is going to help you to think clearly and construct complete English sentences in your own mind without really being embarrassed in front of anybody else. The next one is to learn phrases rather than individual words. The reason being, when you want to say to somebody, "Hi, how are you doing?" Instead, if you know a phrase to greet somebody, you could simply say, "Hey, what's up?" or "Hi, how are you?" or "Hey, how have you been?" So when you know such kind of phrases, then you can directly apply those phrases in particular situations, rather than trying to find out words to express something. For example, in my last video, I taught some 21 phrases that you can use when you want to say "get well soon" to somebody. So you can just try and make 2 or 3 phrases that you like the most a part of your dictionary, and the next time somebody is ill, just apply those phrases there. So you look like an advanced English speaker, and at the same time, it'll make you feel more confident. The last tip is to write, and when it comes to writing, it could be a personal diary that you want to maintain every single day and write about your own day in that diary, or you could choose some freelancing opportunities where you'll get dual benefits. So you may earn, and at the same time you will get a platform where you'll be able to construct English sentences and put your ideas into English words. So guys, these were some of the tips that you can follow to improve your English gradually over a period of time. Follow these tips every single day, and I'm sure after a few months you will be far better than what you're today. If you've liked this video, do subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon, because as I always say, there's a lot more that's coming for you in the future. If you liked this video, do let me know in the comments below so I can help you out with some other areas that you request me to make videos on. And yeah, share it with your family and friends if you liked today's video. So guys, after recording this video, I was like, done, I've recorded the video. And then all of a sudden I realized that I did not give you the tip that I told you I promised to give you in the beginning of this video. And okay, so now we're going to look at the important tip that you have to remember for the rest of your life. Remember it in your mind and in your heart, and go on your English speaking journey. And the tip is, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to make pronunciation mistakes, grammar mistakes, these mistakes, that mistakes, all right, absolutely okay. What is important is to start speaking in English, because tell me, broken English is better than no English, right? So if you can speak broken English, one day you can speak better English, and one day you will become an advanced English speaker. So don't be ashamed of making mistakes. Don't be ashamed of people laughing at you. Don't be ashamed of people making fun of you about your accent or pronunciation or your anything related to English. Because on my Instagram page also, I've seen people from foreign countries coming and commenting saying, hey, she has a fake accent. Hey, she's not an English teacher because she cannot pronounce the words correctly and this and that. But my pronunciations are incorrect according to them, because they are from some other countries, and hence they may have not heard certain words being pronounced in a certain way, the way we Indians do, right? So I won't say that it's their mistake, but they make fun of me on a social media platform, and I'm absolutely fine with that. I mean, it's really okay to make mistakes. What is not okay is to not learn from those mistakes and improve. And sometimes people will make fun of you even if everything is fine, okay? Even if you're not making any mistakes, people will just try to pull you down. So that is also okay, because you have to believe in yourself, and you have to tell yourself that no matter what happens, I want to be a person who is confident when it comes to English communication. And hence, on my way of learning English, no matter what happens in the journey, how many downfalls I have to see, I would still keep going, and I would improve, and I would analyze my mistakes and become better with time. So make mistakes but improve, and I think that's it. Okay then, see you, bye.